We're following breaking news from the White House, where President Trump is expected to sign a new executive order.
It comes as we are also following breaking news out of Seattle. A federal judge has just temporarily blocked President Trump's order attempting to end birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship means that anyone born in the United States is automatically a citizen, regardless of their parents' immigration status.
Joining us now is NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez and NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ansley. Julia, let's start with you on this. What did we hear from the judge today about their decision?
This judge was very quick and firm in his decision. This is an 85-year-old conservative judge appointed by Ronald Reagan, who said that over his 4 decades on the bench, this is the most blatantly unconstitutional executive order he has ever seen. And of course, he's speaking of President Trump's executive order that he issued just hours after taking office to end birthright citizenship, so that any child born to a mother who is not legally inside the United States, or even if they're legally here but on a temporary visa, that child would not be given U.S. citizenship unless the father of that child is a U.S. citizen or here legally and permanently as well. That really was something that we heard from 22 states and from pregnant mothers, as well as ACLU. There have been a slew of lawsuits across the country, and they argue that, of course, is in violation of the 14th Amendment, something that has been on the U.S. Constitution since the 1800s. It was ratified by Congress again in 1952, and the judge very quickly agreed with them and issued a temporary restraining order so that executive order cannot go into effect on February 19th. But this is not the end. We can expect the Trump administration to appeal, and likely this battle will go all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, not the end. Could impact a lot in the future. But looking back a bit, Julia, what does today's ruling mean for people who already are living in the country through birthright citizenship?
Well, it was never going to take away anyone who was already here through birthright citizenship. If you had been born in this country before February 19th, you would be considered a U.S. citizen. There are only some exceptions if you were the child of a diplomat. But because of this temporary restraining order, now even going forward, new babies who are born, they will still be considered U.S. citizens unless, of course, that gets overturned by a higher court. So they were always looking at future babies being born, not looking back. But look, the arguments here today said it would also be a real mess, because if people were born inside this country and not considered U.S. citizens, they could essentially be stateless.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.